Beep.
And here we go again. On our own. It's the only road.
Did you ever watch Strong Bad?
Oh, did I watch Strong Bad?
Yeah.
Of course I watched Strong Bad.
Anytime the cheat made an animation.
I love those.
He like cartwheels for a mile. Here I go again on my own.
I can do it. I can do it 9 times. If you're young and haven't seen Homestar Runner, go do it now. The
It
site's
turned
still
20 last month.
up. Really? Gosh.
Because he was making, Flash animation when Flash...
Ah,
He is a
When it
fellow
wasn't a
alumni
thing.
of the Art Institutes,
really?
like me.
Art Institute of what?
Well, he went to Atlanta,
Atlanta.
or the Brothers Chaps went to Atlanta.
I love that name, the Brothers Chaps.
I went to Schaumburg,
Ah,
which is near Chicago.
for those wondering, I don't mean to interrupt, but I'm grinding for sub-tanks.
It's probably wise. Total scam. Actually, they got busted for... Had to shut down a bunch of campuses.
Is that like Full Sail University?
Might as well be.
I've heard things. I can't say myself whether it's a scam, but I've heard. Ah. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're thinking about going to college and you're inclined to the arts...
Go to a regular college. that
Yeah,
has
go
an
to
art
state
program.
school. Yeah.
I myself went to Indiana University.
Hey, I went to IU for a bit.
Yeah.
I went to 4 colleges, so
4 colleges.
Yes.
I went to 1 college.
that's probably the way to do it. Judging by my student loan payments every month, that's probably the way to go.
And I lucked out on that front. I managed to get a scholarship, so I didn't have to take out any stupid loans.
I did my last year, but I switched to a degree in ministry. The only place you can get those are private Christian schools,
Oh, wait.
which for some reason are outrageously expensive.
I should say it took me like 5 years to graduate, so my last year was not covered by the scholarship, so I had to pay out of pocket. But I managed to not take out a loan.
Nice. That's impressive. That's good.
Yeah, I don't believe in loans.
It took me 6.
6. I wish I'd have taken 6. The college years are the best years.
Yeah.
Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Let me tell you, it's high school, but
It's high school. High school was okay. What? But let me tell you why college was the best. I had all of my classes for like 2 or 3 years organized into 2 days.
oh, nice.
So then I would have 5 days to do what I wanted aside from working.
Yeah.
And I wasn't always working, so there was a lot of partying. I lived with an alcoholic in my sophomore year, so I was an alcoholic too.
Just through osmosis.
Yes, exactly. Osmosis is what I was thinking of.
The year I was at IU was the year Oblivion came out.
Ooh, 2006?
5
5.
and 6.
I remember seeing that game thinking, God, this is the future.
Oh yeah, I remember having to turn grass off because my computer couldn't handle it. I got to go to console commands.
That game still lets you do 640 by 480 resolution, I think. Because I have the Steam version, and it's pretty much a straight port.
That's why I played on the PC.
Yeah, Steam is great
Oh, I
sometimes.
love Steam.
Oh,
Speaking of Steams, there is a Mimes Play Steam group.
Ooh.
It has 4 people in it.
Should I join? I haven't joined.
You should join.
I'm,
We mostly play Overwatch, which isn't on Steam, but...
Wow. Why would you... It's not on Steam?
No.
What's it on?
Blizzard.
It's on Blizzard.
It's on Battle.net.
I didn't even know
Which
that
is called
existed,
Blizzard.
because I don't play Blizzard games.
It's the only Blizzard game I've ever owned.
Really? Almost there. I hope you enjoyed that last 2 minutes.
That was some insightful commentary.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Moving forward.
We're giving good life advice about colleges and...
Just don't go. I mean, it's good for the experience, but my degree is currently doing nothing for me.
Yeah, I have a degree in ministry and with a concentration in like ancient Hebrew studies and philosophy and minors in art, and I work in databases for a charity. So
Very interesting. Databases for charity, you say?
yeah.
Huh. What do database charities do?
Well, I work in a database for a charity.
Oh, so you like log in their stuff.
Yeah, I record all the donations we get and all our donor information I have to make sure is good.
Okay. You gotta make sure everything's on the level.
Yeah. And make sure it's accurate. Got to provide accurate information when you're usually given inaccurate information.
Of course.
Yeah.
It's like voting.
Uh-oh.
Did I just get political? I'm sorry. That is something I try not to do. This guy.
Oh wait, I just noticed the lion's in the back, and he kind of follows him.
Yeah, it's like a path thing. Like whenever he
like a
hits a
spider.
turn, he has to take the turn. You just can't tell which turn he's gonna hit. So he's probably safe over here. Gotta be one of my least favorite things in the game because it's that.
Because that happens.
Couple more hits and he's gone. I studied new media, which means nothing really. And that's why I'm managing in a grocery store. But you know.
Is that where you learned all your sound engineering and stuff?
Yeah, I learned. Well, I mean, I've been studying it since I was a wee lad, but I went to college and took some classes on it there. It was more. I wasn't so much learning things, but having access to really nice equipment.
Mm-hmm. And having like that environment, that's the great thing about college is having the environment to practice and fail.
Yeah, because the classes I wouldn't say really taught me much, because anything you really want to learn, you'll learn on your own.
Yeah.
But I had access to things.
That's any sage advice we could give is just go out and try it and learn it yourself.
Yeah. So
in a safe environment.
I did my first microphone recording when I was very, very young. My dad showed me. It was when we got our first computer. And it was an Acer, I remember.
Whoa.
And it was one of those really old models where they're like, this thing has like 100 megabyte hard drive.
Old Acers were really not that great either.
It was all right. We had Windows 3.1.
Yeah.
My dad taught me how to turn one of the desktop speakers into a microphone.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, all you gotta do is plug it into the microphone jack.
Because it's the same basic.
Yeah, a speaker is a dynamic microphone in reverse. Or at least those kind of speakers. Active speakers are different, I think. I'm not like a speaker expert, I'm a microphone expert. But like the microphones we're using now are dynamic mics. I could pump sound out of these if I wanted to.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Could if I wanted.
Well, I'm just saying, I've done it. I did it. I tested it once, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool. I can use a microphone as a speaker." But if we were using like condenser microphones, that wouldn't work. Or should I say, capacitor microphones or something? I don't know.
I think that's what we use. Our microphone picks up everything.
Well, yeah. What did you say you had?
That's a good question.
Nice to know your own equipment.
It's. I know our old one's a Blue Yeti Snowball.
Yeah, that would be a condenser capacitor.
And then the other one, I forget what I completely forget what it's called. I bought it on a whim.
A whim, huh? I'm using my my old faithful mics, my Sennheiser MD 421 Mark IIs.
Nice.
They're a classic. Very good for radio and such.
Yeah, the sound quality on your channel's great. That's the thing we're struggling with the most. And probably the thing we'll upgrade next is all our microphones, but
I can make a few cheap recommendations if you don't want to break the bank.
That'd be great. Well, like I'm already looking at that thing you're using over there, the Sapphire.
Focusrite, yeah. That's also a good cheap sound interface.
But we're gonna need probably 3 mics.
3, huh?
And if we go to something like this, the reason we have that one that picks up everything is because there's either 2 or 3 of us, depending on who's available.
Well, on the subject of multiple mics, there's something I've wanted to play with, but I never got around to it. I want to play around with like headset mics or lavaliers, like commentary, sports style.
Oh, like I'm motioning with my hands because everyone on the internet can see that.
Yes, of course. I do that too.
Like the ones that like go behind your ear and like down by your mouth, or like a lapel mic.
Both, actually. Whichever.
I've been thinking about lapel
it!
mics.
Sorry, this guy has to die.
He just has to.
Lapels or headsets, they both seem appealing to me because you're always on mic, and they're usually dynamic mics, so they're not gonna pick up every old thing. Like, true story. You shouldn't use condensers just because you think they're better than everything else. In some cases, they're better than everything else.
Yeah.
But not always.
Depends on well, like the problem we're having is, yeah, we're finally getting like everyone's voice loud and clear, but it's also picking up my super loud computer
Yeah.
that's in the same room, so we have this really bad hum.
All you aspiring sound engineers out there, where'd he go? Okay.
I can hear them.
All you aspiring sound engineers out there, there's no such thing as the best microphone. So you have to find what works for what you're trying to do. And he had babies. It just
He
so
threw 'em
happens
at you.
that I like these microphones. I should be, like, typically if you're in an indoor setup, you want to use a different polar pattern. I'm using cardioid because that way, like, you can hear me a lot in your microphone if you listen to just yours. But if we were using super cardioid, it'd be a lot harder to hear me in your mic. So it's better isolation.
Oh, okay.
Because it has to do with where they pick up sound from. Super cardioids are much more directional.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have to be like right on it,
Well,
like this.
You don't have to be close, but you have to be pointed at it.
Is this gonna mess up like your sound editing later?
No.
Oh, that's disappointing, actually.
Believe it or not, all our sound is 100% automated. I don't have to edit sound anymore.
Man.
I can show you the algorithm. It's pretty simple, actually, but I never have to do anything. I just say export. All the compression and dithering and all that stuff is done for me. What? Stop! Stop! Huh. I got really angry there for a second.
I've never seen that side of you before.
I wasn't ready. I was going to say something.
You're talking some nonsense about microphones.
Some
I didn't
nonsense
understand.
about microphones.
I
Got it.
tuned most of it out.
I love microphones. Let's just say that.
Yeah, you're talking about the algorithm you've been using.
Oh, yeah, well, come on. Home in on them. Home in on them. Oh.
Oh, shut down all the trash compactors on the tension level.
Shut them all down. Go watch Star Wars. If you haven't. And if you haven't, what are you doing with your life?
I dated a girl in college who never saw Star Wars.
Really? Well, was it by choice, or did she just never get around to it?
I just don't think she ever got around to it. I mean, she loved it once I showed it to her.
Yeah, I mean, I never watched, what was it? There's lots of good movies I didn't see till much later.
Yeah. She liked the prequels, though, so I had to break up with her.
You know, see, they're not great movies, but I've always been able to find things about them to like. But you're right. You were right to break up with her. Why am I using the homing torpedoes? I
don't know. I thought you knew this game. I thought it was easy.
I probably should be using just a buster or something. I don't know exactly what this guy's weak to. It's been a long time. I actually hope that I kill the eyes before I kill the red thing. Because if you kill the red thing first, the walls stay closed and you have to kill the eyes with the walls still closed.
Well, it's good that you just blindly fired at that eye and then you exploded.
Yes, I'm gonna leave him alone for a little bit.
Oh, that red thing in the middle. I thought you were talking like the red eye.
Oh no, the eyes change color. And we're out of homing torpedo. I'm gonna use tornado. Nice.
Hey, that was effective.
Yeah.
So is that his nose?
Well, let's go with that. I don't know. I don't pretend to know anything about anything. I know game mechanics. I don't know, like, art direction and stuff like
Well,
that.
good news. You have an art school dropout guest starring on your channel.
Woo! I once dated a girl in art school. That's the end of that story, really. We're not dating
I was going to
anymore.
ask her if she was crazy, but I didn't want to, like,
She actually was.
offend you.
No, there were lots of crazies in art school, but she wasn't one of them. I think this episode is over. Come back again to see the possible finale.